what 400,000 can do for you. So a lot of people have got on average 400,000 that they've got an equity, or they've got, a drawdown or a line of credit. I work on spreadsheets for everything. Commercial is very much a numbers game. And I've just done a little sort of snap spreadsheet to have a look at. I've got a spreadsheet and I've worked on a range from 200,000 to about 1.4 million. For the purpose of the exercise, let's work on 400,000, 60% LVR, which is going to give you a property to the value of $1 million. Now, $1 million on your average yield that you're wanting to be achieving is between 6 and 7%. So for the purpose of this exercise, I'm saying let's go for 7%. It's easy round numbers, which gives you a rental income of, on average, 70,000. And again, interest rate over a 10-year period, I'm saying 4% interest rate is a good interest rate to be earning. And again, on average, over 10%, over 10 years, that's where it should be. And at 4%, that's 40,000 per annum, which gives you a cash flow of $30,000. So 30,000, and we're just working on averages, and these are all round figures, is pretty good cash flow to be getting out of a $400,000 equity that you've put in, bearing in mind that this is now an asset that is gentrifying, it's growing, you can add value to it. So this is very, very basic. I would call this a vanilla sort of property where you're not doing anything to it. And in the first year, you're earning that 30,000 in cash flow. Now, a lot of people ask me on something like this, how would they add value? How can they make more money out of it? Well, we've spoken about adding value, and there's 1,000 ways to add value to your property. The first thing that you want to be looking at are your rentals, your rental income, adding values, incremental increases, putting storage, charging for parking. There's a whole lot of things. I'm not going to go into that right now. I've also done another spreadsheet on a 70% LVR, and lenders are pretty much throwing as much as they can out there. So at 400,000, at 70%, you'd be buying a property. And when I say budget, it's the budget at which you can purchase a property. So your purchase price would be 1.33 million. Your rental would be 70,000 if it's a 7% yielding property, and your cash flow on that at 4% would be 16,667.
Those figures they're not stagnant. Those figures can change. And and as your interest rate goes up, your tenant will expect you to pass on a rise in the lease. So it's important that you understand that 16,000, it's not impossible for that to turn into 25,000. Even though your interest rate might go up. Yeah.
And that's very locked into your CPI or your incremental increase. And that's why you have that increase. It's very important to understand your lease. And when you're buying a property, to have a look at that lease and have a look at what are the opportunities in the lease where you can add the value and catch up with the market or supersede the market in many cases.